In the convoluted symphony of cultural musings, the discourse between Andrew Schulz and Charlemagne God on the current state of hip-hop and the ascension of Afrobeat music echoes like a forgotten sonnet, replete with historical cadences and proverbial wisdom.
This year, you know what? I just saw a very interesting stat. And this is why I keep telling everybody, man, y'all got to really start thinking outside the box.
That TikTok thing.
No, Complex, no hip-hop album or song has hit #1 in 2023, first in 30 years. By this time last year, 6 rappers had #1 albums and 2 hip-hop singles that topped the Billboard Hot 100.
Good conversation.
I don't know if I said it here, but I've said it before about how I feel like Afrobeats is going to be the biggest black genre of music soon, just because I feel like there's too much low vibrational energy in hip hop.
So we need high vibrational energy.
It was one thing when, we all grew up on crunk or we grew up on trap music, but we didn't see so many rappers getting caught up in RICO cases. We didn't see so many rappers getting killed. Like, what Loon has been saying throughout the whole podcast, it's so much real life consequences that are happening because of what used to be entertainment.
Right.
And I think it's just turning a lot of people off. And, when it comes to how old hip hop is getting, hip hop is 50 years old. Some of us have been listening to hip hop our whole lives. We not even on that low vibrational energy. So I'd rather go listen to a Burna Boy, or a Tim's, or like the Afrobeats just got good vibes and good energy, and it's blackness.
Yeah.
So sure. I don't know, man. I just see people just got to really start thinking outside of the box, man. I think hip hop has really put itself in a box, and the people that you even see super successful in hip hop, music wise, are the people who didn't put themselves in a box. Drake didn't put himself in a box. Kendrick Lamar didn't put himself in a box. J. Cole didn't put himself in a box. People did not put themselves in a box over the last, 12, 13 years. Those are the ones that are still having success. So I don't know, man.
I think also to add to that, I think what it is too, though, is speaking to the algorithm changes that. Because most rap stars in the last 2 or 3 years were created on TikTok, right? And so when they do this is what I talk about with the algorithm shift. Anytime they do an algorithm shift, it may change what is now at the top of the market. And now I believe they're pushing people like Burna in the algorithms over on TikTok instead of the stuff like the drilly, the kind of it's an algorithm.
So they're being introduced to real artistry now.
No. It might not be on purpose. It might be because TikTok. Okay, so TikTok is the most influential social media platform, let's just say, right? So it's going to have the biggest impact on culture, let's just say. Now, if it has a really strict rule base for what you can or can't say in a song, i.e. you can't talk about killing, you can't talk about shooting, whatever, by proxy of that,
that's what I'm saying. Yes.
Music where you're not talking about those things is going to be more popular on the platform. Whoa.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's not like there's a person on TikTok going, we got to push this.
It's an
the
algorithm.
rules are pushing
and that's the same thing we talk about YouTube. At any moment, they make a decision that, you know what, we don't even like comics no more. I'll talk about. Hit a button, now they're no longer favorable, right? And so if you've lived over there and forecasted your business based on that, which you can't control, like nobody saw TikTok. Bro, in the last 2 years, songs would just pop up on TikTok and just go crazy. Boom, that one's gone. Boom, that one's gone. You can't say nigga on TikTok. If you say A, they may pull it down.
Yep.
Like, and so by the algorithm now updating to that, it now affects the trap music.
Not to mention labels spending money on TikTok to manipulate that. So a lot of it is even organic, like you think. You think. What else we?
The revelation that no hip-hop opus has ascended to the pinnacle of the charts in 2023, a hiatus of 3 decades, akin to a celestial anomaly challenging the cosmic order of the musical cosmos, sparks a dialectical dance between the two pundits. In the labyrinthine corridors of their conversation, they dissect the perceived descent of hip-hop, attributing its fall from grace to what they label as low vibrational energy, a miasma of legal entanglements and violent undertones. It's a lamentation echoing through the ages, reminiscent of the mournful dirges sung for fallen empires and civilizations caught in the throes of their own demise. Charlemagne's ardent preference for Afrobeat music becomes a clarion call for a sonorous revolution. In extolling the virtues of good vibes, positivity, and unapologetic blackness in Afrobeat, he stands as a cultural crusader heralding a renaissance, a return to the roots, akin to the ancient Greeks weaving tales of triumph and resilience. The assertion that hip-hop, once the avant-garde, has confined itself to a restrictive box reverberates like the shackles of Prometheus, with only a select few artists akin to mythical heroes capable of breaking free. Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole emerge as the Odyssey wanderers, navigating the tempestuous seas of artistic expression to chart unconventional courses. The specter of algorithmic metamorphosis, particularly on the digital agora of TikTok, casts shadows on the evolutionary tree of musical genres. Charlemagne postulates that the stringent lyrical regulations within this virtual amphitheater may be shaping the symphony of popularity, favoring tunes that steer clear of the sirens of violence. It's a digital oracle influencing the fate of musical trends, echoing the unpredictability of the Delphic utterances. The discourse further delves into the Machiavellian machinations of labels, injecting monetary elixirs into the veins of TikTok to manipulate the zeitgeist of musical trends. The very essence of success, they argue, might be a puppeteer's illusion, a marionette dance choreographed by corporate strings. It's a cautionary tale as ancient as the Trojan horse, a warning against blind adherence to the seemingly organic blooms in the garden of popularity. In the digital bazaar of auditory delights, the TikTokification of music emerges as a mesmerizing alchemy, a contemporary tale resonating with the echoes of mythic sirens beckoning sailors towards uncharted sonic waters. As the celestial dance of algorithms shapes the symphony of popular taste, reminiscent of the fickle whims of ancient gods, the music industry finds itself ensnared in a digital labyrinth with TikTok as its minotaur. The strictures imposed by TikTok on lyrical content, akin to an inscrutable oracle decree, favor compositions that thread the fine needle between commercial viability and adherence to the platform's lyrical morality. It's a Faustian bargain, where musicians, akin to ancient soothsayers, decipher the enigmatic runes of TikTok's preferences, hoping to summon the fleeting spirits of virality. The algorithmic tapestry woven by TikTok, reminiscent of the intricate patterns in Byzantine mosaics, transforms not only musical trends but the very nature of artistic creation. The virtuous cycle of creativity intertwines with the algorithm's insatiable appetite for the novel, birthing compositions tailored not just for human ears but as offerings to the digital deities that govern the algorithmic pantheon. However, beneath the seemingly democratic veneer lies an undercurrent of Machiavellian manipulation, echoing the stratagems of ancient generals orchestrating battles. Labels, wielding financial excaliburs, inject torrents of gold into TikTok's coffers to shape and mold the trends, an echo of imperial coinage influencing the rise and fall of ancient civilizations. The authenticity of success becomes a chimera, a ghostly specter that dances to the tunes of corporate coffers. In this age of TikTokification, the very essence of music undergoes a metamorphosis, a digital Prometheus bound to the algorithmic rock, its auditory entrails devoured daily by the eagle of fleeting virality. Artists, akin to ancient poets, must craft verses not only for aesthetic resonance but as digital incantations capable of summoning the algorithmic spirits. Yet, as the pendulum swings, there emerges a cautionary proverbial tale: he who dances with algorithms may find himself entwined in the strings of his own creation. The intoxicating dance of trends might lead musicians into a labyrinth where the minotaur is not a mythical beast but the capricious tastes of a digital audience. In navigating this digital odyssey, artists find themselves in a paradoxical situation reminiscent of the Gordian knot. To cut through the complexities and rise above the algorithmic cacophony requires a bold stroke, a stroke that risks being labeled as either genius or heresy in the ever-vigilant eyes of the digital pantheon. The TikTokification of music, like the rise and fall of empires, becomes a chapter in the annals of the industry's evolution. It is a saga where the echoes of ancient rhapsodies blend with the digital hum, a tale where musicians navigate the Scylla and Charybdis of algorithmic currents, seeking the elusive shores of sustained relevance. As the symphony of TikTok unfolds, one can't help but wonder if it is a fleeting minuet or the overture to a digital renaissance, a harmonious echo that transcends the ephemeral dance of algorithms and resonates across the ages. In the grand tapestry of their conversation, the refrain emerges, a clarion call to transcend the confines of hip-hop orthodoxy. The exhortation to explore diverse musical realms becomes a cultural pilgrimage, reminiscent of the ancient Silk Road traders seeking treasures beyond the horizon. They beckon the auditory palate to savor the banquet of global sounds, a call to feast on the rich diversity beyond the well-trodden paths. In conclusion, the discourse between Schulz and Charlemagne, a verbal alchemy reminiscent of the oratorical wizardry of ancient rhetoricians, paints a portrait of a musical epoch in flux. It's a narrative imbued with historical echoes, proverbial wisdom, and cultural resonances, a Socratic symposium where the fall of hip-hop becomes a harbinger of metamorphosis, and the rise of Afrobeat emerges as a phoenix heralding a new dawn in the rhythmic cosmos.